Hello again, dear friend, dear brother, or dear sister. So in the last video we had discussed where you are and where you want to be. So as you're listening to this video, that's where you are, and where you want to be is basically to be in a state of perfect happiness and peace without even listening to these videos. So that's basically what we are trying to achieve. So let's move forward. This particular video is about the planes of creation, and I want you to pay a little bit more attention so that you are familiar with basically what I'm trying to convey. Let me just take an example, because examples are always very good to explain these phenomena. Look, say for example you're going to build a house for yourself. So you can't just think about it. When you actually build the house and you live in it, then you say that yes, this house is there around me, right? And that goes with anything. So similarly, look at yourself. As I said, this is all connected to you, right? So when I talk about these planes of creation, is that some higher beings have actually done a lot of work, right? Call it God, call it self, call it whatever you may, whatever your religion says or whatever your beliefs say. But there is you are the standing proof of this, right? Somebody has done a lot of work so that you are the way you are and you can do what you want to do, right? So let's just focus on these, what I call the planes of creation, right? So the first plane that they say that is created, it is a Sanskrit word, you can talk in English as well, right? The Sanskrit word is the Athmic Plane, right? And basically what does Atma mean in English? It's the plane of the spirit. Look, let's put it in very simple words. Whenever you do anything, there has to be a will within you, right? And then correlating that will, there is what we call this divine will, right? So whatever material this divine will is made of, that basically you can say is the Athmic Plane, right? So that's the highest plane. Now let's move on to the next plane. Now tell me one thing. Everyone is familiar with this word, well, that's a Sanskrit word, buddhi, but you're familiar with the word intuition, right? What does intuition mean? Intuition means to know about things intuitively. Say for example, there's a big problem going on in your mind and you don't have an answer. You go to sleep. You wake up in the morning and without thinking, suddenly this answer is there in front of you, right? So this is what we call intuition, means things appearing without thought or feeling, intuitively, right? So this is the next plane created, right? This is called the Bodhic Plane or the plane of intuition, right? This is below the Athmic Plane. Okay, let's move on to the next plane now. Now everyone, look, as I'm talking to you, your mind is working, right? Now tell me one thing, can you deny that you don't have thoughts? No one can deny that, right? Thoughts flow in us throughout the day, but then where do the thoughts come from? So you see, the next lower plane that has been created is actually called the mental plane, and this mental plane is the source of your thoughts. Let me go a little bit more deeper. The mental plane has got a division in it. There's the lower mental plane and then there is the higher mental plane, right? The higher mental plane is pure intellect, right? And the lower mental plane is just the normal day-to-day simple thoughts which come into us. I won't go deeper into that. We'll leave it there. We'll come back another time on it. Let's come to the next lower plane now. Now you see, as I'm talking to you, you see, if there is not this welling feeling, or that emotion coming within me, why would I be bothered actually doing these videos, right? So similarly, you also have that feeling. Maybe are you getting some form of happiness as I communicate? Or no, well, you be the judge for that. But basically there is this feeling within us, right? Now think about it. The feeling doesn't drop from the sky. does it? Or it doesn't drop from your neighbor's house, right? Or it doesn't just drop from a tree. It's coming from within you somewhere, right? So this feeling comes from the next lower plane, which is actually called the plane of emotions, or the astral plane, or as the ancient Indian sages called it, kama loka, right? Kama is land, loka is land, and kama is desire. Sorry, I mixed the words there, right? So kama loka is the land of desires, the land of emotions or feelings, right? And then we come to another, the last plane, right? Which is basically, look at yourself. Where are you now? Or where I am? Or where are all our dear friends, dear brothers, dear sisters, with respect to with respect to earth, right? So this earth and your physical body is located on what we call as the physical plane, right? So when you look around, everything is physical, everything is gross. So this is what somebody call it God, or call it the higher beings created, and what a wonderful gift it is. As a result of that, we become this so-called human being with thoughts, with feelings, with physical activity, and so on. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an overview, of the different planes. So recapping, there's the plane of spirit, the Athmic plane. There is the plane of intuition, right? Or the intuitive plane. Then there is the mental plane, the plane of thoughts. Then there is the astral plane, the plane of feelings. And then there is this physical plane. So finishing this here, we'll go on to our next video. Thank you.